And we are live. Good, very early morning. We are live from beautiful downtown Crestline in the San Bernardino Mountains of Southern California's Inland Empire. Hi, kitty cat. Kitties all around, demanding treats. Hi, Tutu. Ah. The Inland Empire is Riverside and San Bernardino counties. Back, I guess, about 100 years ago, maybe more. San Bernardino separated from Los Angeles County. And then sometime after that, Riverside separated from San Bernardino County. The people of Riverside didn't like all the drunks in San Bernardino. They were more straight-laced. Well, sad news. The Dodgers pitcher, retired, of course, Fernando Valenzuela, passed away last night at age 63. The cause of death was not announced, but there have been rumors that he had cancer. I remember when he was pitching for the Dodgers in a winning season. He was a left-hander, a southpaw, left-handed pitcher. And when the scoreboard announced that Fernando Valenzuela was pitching, the whole crowd at the stadium would start chanting, "Fernando, Fernando, Fernando." He was amazing. Sad to see him go at such a young age. I can say that because I'm 70, and he was only 63. Meanwhile, another Dodger pitcher, Steve Garvey, is running for the Senate from California. And it's strange because I forget the details, but one Senate seat has been vacated. Oh, of course, because Dianne Feinstein passed away at age 80 something. And so one race is to serve out the rest of her term, which is only a few months. The other seat is the full 6 years in the Senate. And both races have the same two candidates. On the Democrat side, Adam Schiff, and on the Republican side, Steve Garvey. Well, we'll see what happens. What if one of them wins both? That could be a problem. Adam Schiff is known in the internet universe as Shifty Schiff. Apparently he has some legal problems. But let's look at Fernando. He is missed for sure by baseball fans and the Dodgers, the people of Los Angeles. Let's I don't want unlimited access. $1 a week for the first year. That won't work. I'm not going to pay. And I don't want a video. Here's one. Los Angeles Daily News looking back at Dodgers great Fernando Valenzuela. So let's put that up for you to see. His jersey is retired. Well, this is looking back. I'm not logging in, people. It's annoying. The Dodgers retired his number 34 during a pre-game ceremony at Dodger Stadium on Friday, August 11, 2023, so barely over a year ago. Now that was unusual because he never made it into the Baseball Hall of Fame. I don't know why. He should have. I don't want to subscribe. I can't pay for this stuff. Come on, close the ad. And yeah, legendary. He's really awesome. What the hiss? Get the ads off of me. Fernando Mania. Well, let's put it back in case you wanted to read it. Legendary Dodgers pitcher Fernando Valenzuela, who ignited the Fernando Mania craze, died Tuesday at age 63. Related articles. So that's it on that article. Well, hi, Oswald. Welcome in. Well, I fell asleep during the day yesterday, so now I can't sleep at night. And then I saw in the Facebook feed, I think it was the YouTube feed anyway, Fernando Valenzuela has passed away. Oh, coughing insomnia. 6 a.m. in the Midwest. It's 10 after 4 a.m. here. Well, anyway, I still remember, I wasn't into baseball, but I would watch Dodgers games once in a while. And of course, they'd play clips on the evening news, which I used to watch. And when Fernando Valenzuela came up to pitch for the Dodgers, the whole stadium would come alive with the crowd chanting, Fernando, Fernando, Fernando. He was a left-handed pitcher, so the Dodgers began bringing him up to pitch when the other team put up a left-handed batter, because it's hard for a right-handed pitcher to pitch to a left-handed batter. But Fernando turned out to be good no matter what the batter was doing, left or right. You know, some baseball players are switch hitters. They can bat the ball left-handed or right-handed. Anyway, Fernando was amazing. The Dodgers retired his number at the Baseball Hall of Fame. Oh, Oswald says he's a southpaw, but that advantage of being left-handed is more prominent in other sports. I have some mixed dominance, but I do most things with my right hand. However, as you might have noticed, I use my left hand for a lot of things. Anyway, Fernando was a phenomenon. And only 63. They have not released the cause of death. If I read it right, he died in the hospital. But there were rumors that he had cancer. Wow. So anyway, I might be able to get in a couple hours of sleep this morning, probably at a terribly wrong time, like when I should be up and about. Not COVID. Hi, Ditch. Welcome in. Well, I earned my insomnia. I slept for most of the day yesterday. Starting somewhere around 4 or 5 in the evening, I sat down to listen to an audiobook and woke up hours later. And the cats must have been furious because I've been shutting the door. Several days in a row, I caught a big fat raccoon sneaking into my house because he likes cat food. And I usually have a bowl of kibble for my kitties, just available whenever they want it. Anyway, so I've been shutting the door quite often to keep the raccoon out. And of course, some cats are kept in and some are kept out, depending upon where they were when I shut the door. Ah, poor Fernando. We loved him. Oh, Ditch is working on my logo. Awesome. Oh, I got an email from someone. What was it? Oh, it was about, I think this was Niche, might have been someone else, sent me something about Blade Runner 2049 producer sues Elon Musk's Tesla because they put out an ad that used not the exact imagery from well, that ain't it. Oh, here we go. Not the exact imagery from Blade Runner, but don't worry about it, Ditch. I'm often late. Get off me, you evil thing. I don't want to download the New York Times. Okay, here we go. Well, I think the people who made the ad for Elon Musk can actually have a good defense because it isn't the actual images from the film, it's a parody. And parody is protected. They had asked for permission to use images from the movie, and Alcon Entertainment denied that request. A handout image provided by Tesla of the company's robo-taxi unveiling event in Los Angeles earlier this month. That's interesting. I like blue. I like blue and purple and green. Oh, yeah, Oswald, I finally learned about screen sharing. Well, at first my channel wasn't able to do that, but I guess I got more followers and more watch time, so they lightened up a bit. They're accusing Musk of copyright infringement for illegally using imagery from Blade Runner 2049. Okay. Including one featuring a Ryan Gosling look-alike. AI created images mirroring scenes from the movie. I think they have a pretty good shot at saying this is parody and therefore protected. So anyway, interesting. Frankly, Blade Runner 2049 is not a Philip K. Dick story. It's a good movie, but it isn't Phil's vision. And I don't care about Musk's self-driving car. I would never trust it. Those things keep running into trees and stop signs. It took me forever to go ahead and use cruise control. And I only used it when I was on the freeway going through Kern County. It's basically Bakersfield in Central California. Because the highway patrol is so on top of things, I would set the cruise control for slightly under the speed limit. And every car that passed me, a mile or two down the road, I'd see it pulled over with a highway patrol, getting ready to write a speeding ticket. Oh, well, I don't know. Musk has a problem because he's autistic. And he seems to have a speech impediment, but I think it's more mental than physical. So he doesn't come off well in public. Oh, Ditch is autistic too. I was once diagnosed as borderline autistic, but it was more my upbringing than an actual disability. You know, being raised by the devil's sister is anything but fun. So anyway, yesterday I realized that I was out of bread because the loaf I got from the food bank was spoiled. And I checked it out and it was a full month out of date. Ew. Anyway, I started looking at YouTube. Oh, that's right. Ditch was raised by the devil's other sister. So you had environmental autism. Yeah. Well, I've overcome it thanks to some wonderful school teachers. They were awesome and patient. Anyway, so I was going to bake bread, and my God, it takes hours, and you got to do this and do that, and it got so complicated. I said, the heck with it. I got out the box of Bisquick and made a quick bread with pecans and cranberry raisins, and I buttered it. It was warm when I buttered it, but of course it's gotten cold sitting here. I already ate 2 slices. This is half of the 3rd slice. I'll have to warm them up a little to melt the butter. And then a friend showed up to drive me to the store to get bread. So I gave her half of my quick bread. And when I got home, I sat down to listen to an audiobook and woke up hours later. Fortunately, it was an 11-hour audiobook, so it didn't come to the end and cause my computer to go to sleep. I hate it when the computer goes to sleep. It's a pain to have to get it to wake up. I remember when I didn't have to have a password for my computer. I could just start it up. But this Windows 10 just insisted I had to have a password. And I'm not going to Windows 11 if I can avoid it. I don't think this computer can take Windows 11 anyway. It's old. It was gifted to me by, oh, come on, brain, Cardinal Sin, who passed away recently. He put up a fundraiser and people donated, and he sent me this nice desktop computer. Man. Oh, wow. Anyway, the reason I had pecans in the quick bread is because one of the food banks gave me a big bag of pecans. I already made 2 pecan pies. I should have put them on video so I could put them on my cooking channel, but I didn't. Oh, Ditch says his mom is cool. He was raised by the devil's brother, and Oswald was, says Musk was raised by the devil's uncle. Ditch says calling his dad the devil's anything would offend the devil. Wow. Well, my dad was mostly just not present. He did work long hours, and he actually trusted mom to raise the kids while he worked to support his family. Um, that didn't work too well. He was a spoiled child who was trying to fill the role of a man. He really tried to grow up, but at heart he was a boy. But he used to drive hot rods in, well, local to Los Angeles, amateur racing, jalopy racing mostly. Cars that were old in 1960. Actually, the 1950s. Um, he gave that up. So he could work more and provide for his family. He did not give up bowling, but he was always an amateur. Even though he was good enough to go pro, it would have, well, at least at first, he wouldn't have made enough money to support his family. And he'd be away from home too often, and he was already, he'd come home from work so tired he'd sit in his favorite chair and fall asleep. But he and mom also took some classes at the junior college. Back in those days, it was totally free. They're still not legally allowed to charge tuition, so they charge fees. When I was in the junior college, it was $15 per unit. I don't know what it is now. So if you took the normal 3-unit class, it cost you $45 for each semester. And get this, mom studied child psychology. And she twisted it and used it to control her children, not to help us thrive. Oh, Ditch misses his grandma. I miss both my grandmothers. Okay. Oh, Oswald didn't say he was raised by the devil's uncle. He said Musk was raised by the devil's uncle. I misread that before. Well, if you want to hear cussing, put me alone in a room with a computer and then make sure I don't see the camera. Wow. Anyway, cat hair. Phew. Cats. The other day, some people came by with this little carrying cage and said, "You want a kitten? He's cute. He's adorable. He's friendly." And I had to say, "I can't. I already have 6 cats." Freeman wants Stitch to draw a submarine. Not for my logo, I hope. I'll have to pay you royalties if I put it on my merch. So Ditch drew a submarine for Freeman. Okay. I just don't know what a submarine has to do with cooking. I envision something where I have a pot or a pan on my head and various kitchen tools in my hands and an apron that's got a gravy stain on it. After all, it's kitchen challenged, cook. Itchies. So anyway, it's been cold, really cold. So a couple days ago, I fired up the gas heater. It's a space heater, so it isn't as costly to run as central heating, but it's expensive enough. Oh, Ditch did add a gravy stain on the apron. Good. Oh man, I think I might be able to sleep pretty soon. Just when I was very young, I watched baseball games because I did not have control of the television. And it seemed like every time Mom had me at the Hutchinson's house, this elderly retired couple who would babysit me from time to time. The Ditch added the pot as the helmet. Okay. Anyway, they were always watching baseball games. And all I remember very clearly is that one of the baseball players was Jim Davenport. And the reason I remember is that, I was a little kid and I was very uncomfortable on the sofa with my legs out straight. So I would bend my knees and Mrs. Hutchinson would say, "Get your feet off the Davenport," because that's what they called the couch, a Davenport. "Well, welcome in, Freeman, you're late." "I'm not supposed to be awake either, Freeman, but I fell asleep in the afternoon and woke up at night. I didn't intend to fall asleep, but I did." And then I got online and saw that Fernando Valenzuela passed away, famous Dodgers pitcher. He was a phenomenon. And then, of course, the other famous Dodgers pitcher, Steve Garvey, is running for the Senate as a Republican from California. Uh, Good luck. I just dropped something. Oh. Oh. Freeman, I don't know what you asked there. He was what? YOUND? And Ditch says something has been keeping everyone awake. Probably just stress and current affairs. Oh, Young. Uh, yeah. Um, Fernando was only 63. I can say only 63 because I'm 70. You remember a radio announcer friend named Steve Garvey? Freeman. Okay. I keep getting cat hair sticking to me. Yeah, I also wish YouTube would let us change the font, especially since they chose sans serif. So I and L look like the same letter. And it's just not right. Commercials for Rolling Rock beer, huh? I never heard of Rolling Rock. Oh well, cigarette went out. So life in the mountains is pretty good. The guy who hauls my trash for free needed a place to park his trailer, and since I did major yard cleanup, there's room in my driveway. So I can just put my trash straight into the trailer as I take it out of the house. Oh, Yahoo chats. I remember when AOL had chat rooms, and if I had to, go pee for a minute or two, it would kick me off for inactivity. Yeah, it's a shame what Budweiser did. Their brand was the only kind of beer I could drink and not have it come back up. Someone told me it was made from rice instead of wheat, and it isn't hoppy. Most beers have a lot of hops. But someone said that ale does not have a lot of hops, but it has some. Oh, I think I heard that on Glenn and Friends Cooking. He's been making beer in his basement. No, I didn't stay glued to the seat in an AOL chat room. I had one of those free websites that Yahoo used to give people, and then they ended it. And it was years before I finally set up a Google website for free. Oh, Coors. Well, this isn't exactly cussing, but to me anyway, Coors tastes like horse piss. Don't ask me how I know what horse piss tastes like. I've only smelled it. I've never tasted horse piss, but it's what its aroma reminds me of. I think I might get a can of some kind of beer so I can get some fish and put it in beer batter. I've prowled the frozen food sections at the grocery store, and I can't get beer battered fish because even the brands that say they're beer battered are all batter with a paper thin slice of fish. And I just don't like the fish sticks that are rolled in cornmeal. I don't like that texture. It makes little dents in the roof of my mouth, and my tongue doesn't like it either. Freeman likes ale. Oh, beer batter is food of the gods, yes. But it has to have fish in it, not a paper thin bit of fish that you can't even taste or sink your teeth into. Ditch likes Pabst Blue Ribbon. No, I've never tried that. It might make a good beer batter. Oh, well. Getting on toward 3/4 of an hour. Freeman says, no, Cooper's Brewery Extra Gold Stout is food of the gods. I think beer battered fish is food of the gods. According to several different doctors, actual MD physicians on YouTube, we're all iodine deficient. And the best way to get iodine is to eat fish and seafood. Oh, Freeman got a copy of Now Wait for Last Year. Good. That's one of his best. I'm trying to remember which novel had chuppers. They were doing DNA modification, cost a ton of money, and it was supposed to turn you into a genius, but sometimes it went wrong and you got turned into a chupper. I just don't remember which novel that was. Oh, you have an extract of a comic book about Phil and me. Was it one of those, I can't remember the word. Anyway, I'm going to see if if Google search is useful. Chupper, and I can't see the keyboard too well. No, not duck. Here we go. Oh, not chopper. Chopper. The simulacra. No, I don't mean chopper. Here we go. It's not in English. Oh, yes, it is. Scribbled. Get off me, stinking ad. Okay. Isn't showing me the title of the book. Heck. Full description. So, I don't know. Not helpful. Let's see. There was a comic book that R. Crumb wrote or drew, or both. Yeah, my lip is not that red. It's iodine. I don't want to get the surgery, but I think I have to. My immune system had it under control, but this one little bit escaped, and over a period of 3 days, it just ballooned. No. Chupper. Come on. Chupper. Basically, people would, under the DNA therapy, would sometimes revert to Neanderthals. I'm actually getting sleepy finally. It's almost 5 in the morning. I've got to turn off the heater. It's finally not freezing in here. Ditch found it. Might have been Galactic Pot Healer. I'm not sure. The Marginalian. Let's see what Ditch found. Oh, yeah, the R. Crumb comic. But you didn't find Chuppers. Awesome, Ditch. Awesome. Let's see. Galactic Pot Healer. Summary. See, genetic D. Oh, well, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not getting anything, but I think it was Galactic Pot Healer. You've lost me, Freeman. I'm just not. Yeah, they probably avoid talking about Chuppers because it's politically incorrect. But when Phil was writing that novel, and I think it was Galactic Pot Healer, uh, it was widely believed that the Neanderthals were our ancestors. We've learned since then that, of course, we've uh, interbred with Neanderthals in the not so distant past, like 50 to 100,000 years ago. Yeah, Ditch, I'm almost out. Oh, yeah. Well, we all need to hang on to what's left of our sanity. But I think I better scoot on out. I'm nodding off. And that's a good thing. So thank you all for being here with me, and have a good night's sleep if you can. Okay, typo, and go for it. Girls were girls and men were men. That's a song I almost remember. Okay, guys, sleep well.